From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, April 17th, 2015. Silver is trading at $16.41 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,205 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $225. Antiwar.com reports Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Martin Dempsey sought to downplay the impact of Russia removing a long-standing ban on selling S-300 defense missiles to Iran, saying the U.S. option to attack Iran remains intact. The S-300 was the cream of the crop of the 1980s Soviet long-range anti-aircraft system, something Iran has sought for years because of constant threats by both the U.S. and Israel to attack. The S-300 has never actually been used in combat anywhere, but is still considered a high-end defense system. It should be noted that the Russian removal of the ban does not mean Iran will actually purchase the weapon or that delivery is imminent, as since losing the contract in 2010, Iran has developed some more elaborate internal defense systems. No air defense system is absolute at any rate, so General Dempsey is correct in that it doesn't prevent the U.S. from unilaterally attacking Iran if it wants, but it does increase the risk of losing one or more warplanes in such an attack. For over 35 years, Robertson Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. UPI reports WikiLeaks on Thursday published thousands of emails and documents leaked after Sony Pictures was hacked last year, a move the film company has condemned. WikiLeaks announced it has published a searchable database of 30,287 documents and 173,132 emails from more than 2,200 email addresses from Sony Pictures Entertainment. The documents were leaked after hackers broke into Sony's server in December. The U.S. government said North Korean hackers executed the attack in retaliation for the release of the comedy film The Interview, which poked fun at the country. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange said the leaked document should be in the public domain because of Sony's links to a number of government organizations. Assange said, "This archive shows the inner workings of an influential multinational corporation. It is newsworthy and at the center of a geopolitical conflict. It belongs in the public domain. WikiLeaks will ensure that it stays there." Sony Pictures condemned the move, saying that by publishing the documents, WikiLeaks is assisting cyber criminals. When her plush and comfy life suddenly and unexpectedly fell apart, Brooke and her dog Cloud set out to defy the odds. If this is a man's world, as they say, living on the streets is no place for a young woman. One day she awoke in the redwood forest and realized she had become a hobo and would ultimately come to know exactly what it means to survive. How to Be a Hobo by Brooke Willett is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports a Florida man who caused a major security scare after landing a small helicopter on the west lawn of the U.S. Capitol was charged with 2 criminal offenses on Thursday and then released pending trial. Douglas Mark Hughes, a U.S. Postal Service mail carrier, faces up to 4 years in prison on charges of unlawfully operating an unregistered aircraft and violating national defense airspace. Hughes was arrested Wednesday afternoon after he flew his gyrocopter over Washington and landed on the Capitol grounds. Aircraft are banned from flying in the area of the Capitol and the White House without permission. At the hearing in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, Hughes was still dressed in his blue Postal Service jacket and used hearing aid headphones. Hughes told the Tampa Bay Times before his trip that he planned to deliver letters to members of Congress to draw attention to the need for campaign finance reform. Magistrate Judge Deborah Robinson said Hughes of Ruskin, Florida, was free to return to his home, but once he was there, he would be subject to home detention. He is also barred from operating any aircraft and must stay away from the U.S. Capitol and White House areas in Washington, surrender his expired passport, and report once a week to a pretrial office in Tampa. The U.S. government did not oppose his release, and Hughes is due back in Washington for a preliminary hearing on May 8th. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.